We got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
Real damn.
She divorced.
Yes.
In 2025, we got to see the beginning and the end of a very interesting and wild relationship. And this was the relationship between Kevin Gates and Britney Rener. At first,
It wasn't really drama
everything
filled though.
was cool. They were in love.
That we know of.
Especially since there was a tumultuous past with her ex-boyfriend, PJ Washington, who, oh, by the way, went and got married to Alyssa Chanel and then became very happy.
Good for him. Good for him.
But you know what? With her and Kevin Gates, it looked to be cool. They were out together. In fact, Britney Rener converted to Islam to basically be Kevin Gates' Islamic wife, but it just didn't work out. And then Shannon Sharpe would have Kevin Gates on the podcast on Club Shay Shay to talk about his life in general. But there came a time where he talked about Britney Rener in particular. And this is what he said.
The situation.
What'd he say?
I learned everything that I needed to learn, and then that's still my friend. We still cool.
Yeah, I
that
think
right?
she was, I had on the pod. I thought she.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you something.
What?
I've been probably knowing that person since like 2014, and she always been a friend of me.
Yeah.
Like outside of this media, I don't care what nobody say about how. Like the only person could make me not.
She always been a friend, or she was just waiting her turn.
Now, Kevin Gates is trying to say, or he really is saying that she's always been a friend to me. You know, we've always been cool and things like that. In my honest opinion, it sounds like to me that they have always been cordial. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. And he would continue.
The situation. I learned everything that I needed to learn, and then that's still my friend. We still cool.
Yeah, I think she was. I had on the pod. I thought she.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you something.
What?
Nigga playing the same
I've
shit.
been
Come on
probably
now.
knowing that person since like 2014, and she always been a friend of me.
So far, so good.
Nigga just played the same shit.
I don't know what the issue is. Sounds like everything is fine. But then it gets deep.
So I guess I'm like my grandmother. I go off your heart and how you treat me. But that was a beautiful situation too. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why when people ask me, say who I love, I don't discuss. Cause she always spoke like life into me and tried to empower me and all that. But we both was just going through so much at the time that it just wasn't in alignment at that time. But we learned what we needed to learn and we moved on.
Right.
Beautiful. And then like right after it was in the media, like Kevin Gates was only married 52 days. He couldn't even keep up. It's cool. I ain't tripping.
So here he's insinuating like, you know what? I found out what I needed to see from the person and
It's that moving too fast shit, man. I've been telling y'all niggas, man. I feel like marriage should be normalized at the end of life, bro. Once you done grown old with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Even relationships, bro. You don't need to be moving that fast with people, man.
didn't work out. And then Shannon Sharpe asked him another question here.
And
What's
when do you
that?
know it's time to move on? When should people break up? When do you know? When did Kevin Gates know, say, you know, this relationship that I'm in, the marriage that I'm in, 52 days, that's as long as it's going to meant to be.
I knew after 52 days. I knew.
Basically, when
Said
did you
right.
know when to leave? After 52 days. And then there's a follow-up question.
Think you started out too strong?
No, because we had already like been knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I don't want to say this. I've been on her. I've been on Brittany. That's my dog.
Now, of course, I mean, for a man that's recently broken up with a woman,
That been the side
and
piece all
both of
along.
you have moved on. You're dating somebody else and she's dating somebody else. In all fairness, it seemed like to me that this was somebody trying to remain respectful. But that's not what Britney Rener did.
What does she do?
She says, "We are not friends,
Nah.
and I did not know you in 2014. Selective memory paired with a wide mouth will not be tolerated."
Don't act like you wasn't getting clapped in 2014.
Since you're going to speak on me, understand that I now have the floor as well. Tune into my Patreon.
Oh my gosh, she's trying to get money. Nobody's buying your Patreon to listen to. No one cares about your fucking Patreon. Bro, if you're paying, if you seen this post and literally went to go pay for her Patreon so that you could hear what her dating life with Kevin Gates was, bro, you are down bad yourself. I can only assume you're over 250 pounds and obese. Like,
At Facets of Life with Britney Rener. Now, what was even worse with this whole situation with Britney Rener was not just that comment. It was what everybody else said in particular.
what's that?
And people came in to give their opinions. Bruh didn't even say nothing bad, and I'm tripping. He kept it respectful and cordial from his end. She want drama, LOL. He said nothing
She wants money.
negative. Bless her. Seemed he was coming from a genuine place. Brittany, I'm sorry, but nobody cares enough to join a page.
Nigga said that was my dog. It was beautiful. We learned from it. You know what I'm saying? And here she go and say, I did not know you in 2014. Which that may have been true. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. She probably did though. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's going to pay for your Patreon to hear this shit, bro. Like what?
Patreon.
And how much y'all think the Patreon is?
Oh Lord, leave it alone. He didn't say anything negative. Damn, he showed respect and compassion, and she still found a fault. Damn, girl, y'all not friends. Seems like just yesterday his name was echoing in every chamber of your heart. And so Britney Rener responding to that is interesting because, guys, let me tell you this. This woman still loves this man, all right? Because if she did not, there would be no reason why she would pay any attention to it. But the reality is that Britney Rener is in her mid-30s. Britney Rener is in her mid-30s. She's now dating this new guy, Director X17. And Director X17, in my honest opinion, is not nearly as successful as Kevin Gates or even PJ Washington. So then there is that dilemma. And then here's the real hardcore truth, guys.
Kevin Gates got a new young baddie.
Both Kevin Gates and PJ Washington have moved on without her to somebody more young and more submissive than she is.
Yep.
You see, guys, what you don't want to be in my honest situation is the Director X17 guy.
No.
And some of us as men,
Because, bro, she's still trying to run shit her way and this, that, and the third, bro. She's never gonna be. I hate to use that type of word, but a submissive woman. You know what I'm saying? She's never gonna be that. She's never gonna take your leadership. She's never gonna listen to what you say. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing. You know.
and what I've noticed
It's
is
her world.
we can be too quick to get into a relationship with somebody.
And as a man, it's really your world, bro. You know what I'm saying? She's a beneficiary of it, and a supporter of it, and a person that helps you get to you know what I'm saying, to bigger heights, if that makes sense.
Who is not really over somebody else. Now, again, just because, they're having sex with you and just because they're showing you some attention, that don't mean that they're healed from their last situation.
Facts.
A woman who is completely healed from their last situation is not going to waste her energy on something that doesn't benefit her. Even if Kevin Gates was talking about her negatively, and for the most part, he wasn't. Okay.
Who says she's wasting her energy? He must be benefiting her, supporting her some type of way. Shit, we know she broke.
But she would just ignore it. Let me just say, for example, like when I see somebody who can't have any control over my life, or they don't have any control over my life, and I see them, trying to disparage me, or maybe you see it in your life when they're trying to disparage you, ex-girlfriend, ex-friend, somebody you don't know. Well, you won't pay attention to that because it plays no bearing in your life. But if you're going to pay attention to it, it must mean that that person does have a bearing on your life. And we can do that. Sometimes we can let things hurt our feelings and we can get involved in it. But when we are completely over something or over some person, it doesn't matter. Do you know why it doesn't matter? Because for the most part, if they have left your life, you are pretty much glad that they've left your life.
Yep.
Now,
yep.
if they have done some harm to you or if they wasted your time, of course, you could always be upset with that. But the reality is you've gotten into a new relationship. And so if you get into a new relationship or something that you think is more valuable,
Right. You don't need to be posting nothing about that nigga on your shit, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. As a nigga, like, you know bro, you know this nigga knows their status of their relationship type shit. What I'm saying is this man right here, he knows that Britney Rener was married to Kevin Gates and that shit ended very fast. And within not even 6 months, he got with her and got in a serious relationship with her, bro. What the fuck am I saying? You know that's a problem, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, why put yourself in that situation, bro? You know that this woman hasn't even been out of a relationship over 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And now here you are cuffing her up and she's sitting here posting shit, bro. That's a red flag. You know what I'm saying?
and so if you get into a new relationship or something that you think is more valuable, well, typically what you do is you focus on what you got that's new. Let's say, for an example, our guy Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold right now is the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. He first started off with the Jets, did not have a great time there. The Carolina Panthers didn't have a great time there. He ended up in San Francisco with the year with us. Then he went to the Vikings, had a Pro Bowl year. Then he's now with the Seahawks, and he is going to the Super Bowl, right? One game from being a Super Bowl winning quarterback. And in the last 2 years, the guy has went 14-3, 14-3. Do you think that Sam Darnold gives a damn what the Minnesota Vikings are saying about him right now? No, he's about to play in the Super Bowl next week with the Seahawks. He's going to make more money. In fact, he is making more money. And if he wins the Super Bowl, he's a legitimate quarterback, top 10 in the league. It doesn't matter what's happened in all the rest of the years in his life. It doesn't matter anymore. Who cares? Sam Darnold is now on a winning team. Now, Britney Rener has a new guy, but that doesn't mean that she's on a winning team. And I'm going to tell you, this is what happened to a lot of black men. Many brothers, your baby mama or ex-wife moves on, they get somebody else, you move on. You speak positively about her, she's cool or whatever. She'll find something to say about you because you're able to move on quickly and her situation isn't favorable. So she feel like she got to clap back or try to have some control over whatever the narrative is. And this is the same thing that she did with PJ Washington and his new chick, and now she's doing with Britney Rener. What you call that is just being bitter. And that's what happens when you keep making mistakes, and then you got to keep justifying why don't nobody want to stay with you. You justifying why PJ Washington don't want you. And then these men come around and then they basically find somebody else who would, treat them right. And then we see these dudes, going on having better relationships. I know we're talking about some of these guys, they're difficult to deal with. And I'm pretty sure that the brother is difficult to deal with. I'm talking about Kevin Gates. But the reality is somebody will deal with him and put up with his stuff. Britney Rener is showing that don't nobody want to put up with it. Not nobody on a major level, like not nobody high profile like before. I mean, she's still good looking.
Hell no. When she did what she did to PJ Washington, bro, and then she's over here making videos of him picking up his kid from her house where she's living with her mama. You know what I'm saying? And she over here causing this big of a scene. I think he even had the new shorty that he's married to in the passenger seat. You know what I'm saying? Like bitch is just crashing out. You over here scamming this nigga, putting him on child support. You want more child support money, bro. Nobody wants a woman like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem.
And all that, but in comparisons to, PJ Washington, who's in the NBA, or Kevin Gates, who's a rapper, she's dealing with Direct X17. Really makes me think that if Kevin Gates really wanted her back, he might be able to. And this is typically what happens, man. When you get a chick and she's, reacting like this negatively about her ex-boyfriend, what typically can happen is they can find themselves going back there and clapping it up. It happens all the time. It happened to me. I had a chick I was dealing with. She didn't like her baby daddy. She said her baby daddy was all this and was all that. Whenever somebody would bring him up, she would be upset. But what did we find out?
She was still getting clapped. That's how it be, bro.
We found out that he was able to still clap whenever he got
yeah. They say a woman's baby daddy is who she really wants. And like no other nigga will be able to top that type shit. Which that's not always true. That's some shit that I heard
I
of.
found out about it. Of course, I wasn't tripping. She was from Richmond anyway. That was far from Sacramento. But then they end up breaking up, just like Brittany and Kevin. And probably to this day, she's still talking bad about her baby daddy, talking about this and talking about that, and still miserable. And she don't want to take no accountability for the fact that, she messed up. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Yoshi.
Yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself. Because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. I'll get at y'all on the next one, and I'm gone. TYP the 9.